There are 5 things we at Florida Risk Partners do for our clients from an HR perspective. You could be doing them too. That's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Come on, let's go talk. One of the things that we do at Florida Risk Partners is to talk about human resources as quickly as possible when we're engaging with a new prospect. The reason why we do this is because the human resource is the most valuable resource for literally every company out there. Even if you're a sole proprietor, you're that resource, so of course you're valuable. But many times companies just don't have the tools they need to manage that resource effectively, and it leads to so many other problems in the organization, whether it be turnover or HR related claims or lawsuits, or it could lead to workers' compensation issues. So we have partnered with Mineral to provide the solution to those problems. One of the first things that we talk about is the employee handbook. I love asking this question because almost every company out there is going to have one. If they don't, that's a slam dunk. But if they do, you ask the follow-up question, when was the last time it was updated? And if they have a reasonable response for that, you can ask them, how do you assure that it's legally compliant at all times? And if they have an answer for that, you can ask them, and how much does it cost for you to do this over the course of a year? Because many times they never calculate that cost into their total cost of risk, and that's certainly a portion of it. Even though it's not insurance related or safety related, it's still a risk to the business and should be factored in. And the reason we open with this is because we want to lead them to the path where we can talk about the fact that Mineral has an online handbook that is easily created, updates in real time to make sure that their company is always in compliance. It's a great resource. The second question that I'm going to ask is, what happens if you have an HR related issue? Who do you turn to? You know, you're a great business, but you don't have a dedicated HR professional, and certainly you're probably not the one that wants to answer things. How do you handle that? The reason I ask that question is I know that I can get them to pick up the phone and call a 1-800 number where they get a legal person or an HR person from Mineral that is going to give them the best legally sound answer to their question. That is an invaluable resource, and one that would cost them at least a consultation fee if they had to talk to their own attorney about this stuff. And again, if they've had to do that, you can ask them how much they've spent and add that into the overall cost. If you're not keeping up with me, what I'm doing here is I'm building a running total to show them how much they're spending, so that when you go in and show them that this can be part of the insurance relationship, they're going to actually save that money, because we can answer all of the issues that they have with that single product that we give our clients for free just for doing business with us. Another tool that I love with Mineral is the fact we can create an online learning management system. We want to understand how employers hire, how they onboard their employees, what type of training do they have. And we want them to tell us, well, we've got a training program, we've had it for a while, it's paper-based, it's in filing cabinets, because we want to show them that they can come into the 21st century with us by creating customized learning tracks depending on the job title and description for each of their employees. But not just that, that information resides online with date and timestamps for the completion, testing to prove comprehension and retention, and it becomes an awesome thing that you can use the transcripts of that, make it part of your submission when it's ready to go into underwriters to show them what you're doing to manage these processes. That's not just a human resource issue, that could also apply to working safely and everything else. The fourth thing that we want to talk about is we want to talk about safety manuals and safety management. What does that process and program look like? We could also create an online safety manual for them that also updates in real time, gets all those policies and procedures into the same place. We can assign it out to each of the employees and they can click to accept it, and show that they've read it, and now we have documentation of that as well. The last thing I want to talk about with regard to the HR piece and how we lead is OSHA. OSHA's a big one. And we can talk about everything from OSHA 300 reporting compliance and how we have a tool for them to do that online that's going to help them walk through an injury and determine whether or not it needs to be reported, and then have the ability to report that online directly. But we also can provide some training materials around the top OSHA violations for their industry. So many times we want to go in and we want to be the doctor and we want to diagnose what their problems are, but very few agents out there actually have the treatment plan necessary to fix those problems. We fix our problems by negotiating premium down, but you and I both know that premium has a floor and we can only drive it down to a certain point. If you can go in and lead with these value adds, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic experience at the point of sale. And guess what? Have I talked about coverage one time? Have I talked about premium one time? No, that's why we can have these conversations. Business owners and decision makers are far more comfortable talking about operational things and the stuff that they deal with in the trenches every single day than being Johnny one-hit wonder who shows up, quotes the policy for a year for a cheap price, and never talks to them again until it's time for that policy to renew. If 2023 is your year, if 2023 is the year that you want to break out and change how you do business, I have some great news for you. We have gotten permission from Mineral to offer you special pricing on their product as a result of your affiliation with the Killing Commercial community, the Power Producers Podcast, Carpool Closer. This guy's got so much content, I can't even name it all. But if you heard about this from there, you can save. Look down here. There's a button you can click. It's going to take you to our landing page. And on that landing page, we're going to show you the deep discount we've been able to negotiate. And if you want a demo, use that form to sign up, because that's the only way you're going to get that discount. Use the form on our landing page. I promise you, people, we've got testimonials on there from Killing Commercial agents that are using Mineral right now and winning big. If you think I'm the only one doing it, don't be fooled. Your competition will if you're not willing to. Click that link down there. Check out the page we've built out with the testimonials, our experiences, and most importantly, the form that you can fill out to get that discount.